תגידי לי מתי להתחיל. רגע.
Okay, 2 seconds. I will just prepare the recording and we will start. Okay, we're good.
שלום, בוקר טוב וברוכים הבאים. אנחנו קהילת שלושת העקרונות. שלושת העקרונות היא שלוחה של העמותה הגלובלית של 3PGC. העמותה הזאת הוקמה כדי להביא את המסר של סידני בנקס לעולם, מסר של אהבה, שלום. היום יש לנו את קטרינה איתנו, שהיא חלק מהבורד ב-3PGC. אני אספר קצת עליה, ואז אנחנו נתחיל. קטרינה, I'm sorry if I'm messing up your last name, okay?
Okay.
קטרינה פיסרובה הכירה את שלושת העקרונות לפני 11 שנים, ומאז היא מופתעת עד כמה החיים הם יוצאי דופן ועמוקים. היא מייסדת שותפה של Understanding the Mind, היא מנהלת הקהילה שלושת העקרונות של צ'קוסלובקיה, והיא חברה במועצת המנהלים של קרן בוהמיה שמחה, זה השם של הקרן. מעל הכל קטרינה היא בן אדם אוהב שנפלה בקסם ההקשבה. היא הובילה חברת תוכנה לשיווק אימייל וסוכנות שיווק במשך 9 שנים, חברה במועצת המנהלים של 3PGC. היא רוצה להתמקד בתמיכה בקהילות, בקירוב יחידים וקבוצות, כי היא באמת רוצה להשתמש במומחיות השיווק שלה כדי להרחיב את ההשפעה שכבר יש ל-3PGC למורשת של סיד. היום אנחנו נקיים את השיחה באנגלית, ומאוחר יותר אנחנו נשים כתוביות בעברית. אז תודה רבה לכולכם שאתם כאן איתנו. ג'ני?
I will start with gratitude to the people who came and sharing with us your time and your beautiful minds and hearts. And I want to thank Yael and Katarina and Rachel that is in United States and she's in a different time zone, but she's part of the board. And we thought about talking today maybe of the idea of we're going to talk today about the helpers and what does it mean to be a helper, or who can be a helper, and maybe what is okay for a helper to think, feel, do right now. In this time, yeah, of maybe all kinds of occasions are still happening, and uncertainty, if we can say, at least uncertainty right now.
At the beginning, I really want to thank you for invitation that I can speak about this. And it was beautiful to hear my bio in the Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing what I want to share today isn't absolutely connected with my bio. The ability what I would like to discuss, what we or already everyone has, isn't connected with the level of education, isn't connected with the years of praxis, isn't connected with any religion. I will share something like ordinary human being because every one of us are the same on this level. And we will have everything what we need to live. And it's meant to help as well. And the thing, because we are alive, we are already helping on some level. It's good to know. Because we have impact on others, on our families, on our friends, on our clients, for everybody we meet. And it isn't so long time what I realized the thing that loving presence, it's something what we have. And this is something what can't hurt, but every time can help. And if we are able to drop in to the presence, and we are able to do it every moment, it's still with us. In that moment, we are able to serve better to ourselves, to others, to life. And for me, it was huge, this realization, because I was thinking, the long time, that regardless I am in the free peace a long time and blah, blah, that there is still something what I need to know more or do better. Cool. It's nice to know that. Thank you. I really believe it, that there is something what I need to know more or do better. And it was reason why I took me back from the many conversation. I separate me from the events and situation in the life when I had feeling that I don't have what to say, I don't know. I didn't know what I miss, but I had feeling that I miss something what I need to help, Isn't it funny? I don't know if you know it, if you have the same experience time to time. But I realized that to be present with someone else, it's enough. And if I have the feeling of I'm not enough for help, and it's connected with the strong, I don't know it in English, I'm sorry for that. I'm curious how you will translate it, this in the subtitles. Yeah.
The not enoughness.
Okay. But I mean the feeling around it, because sometimes I see my skills aren't good enough for this thing. And if it's clear in the moment, I can ask someone else. But the feeling around it, the heavy feeling.
Amazing. Somebody will say the heavy or the small or the going back feeling. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. And the feeling of worry, for example, or doubts or no hope. But with my understanding, I know that every of these feelings are amazing gifts of the wisdom to show me that I'm not in the present in that moment. And it's just like reminder to drop in again to my true nature. And it's every time it's full of love and full of wisdom. And just wait, like take a step back and wait. And if I do this, for me, it's like to be empty in the moment. And if I am empty in the moment, every time something new and fresh came. And this is ability what we have, to become new and fresh every moment, to have some new ideas. And sometimes it can take few moments, more time than we want it to take to know. We want to know now. But if I drop in the presence and I'm noticing my feeling in the moment, I am able to notice. And if I see something, I'm not part of it. It's mean every time I see more. And from this space, I can react differently than compare if I am lost in the situation. If I see my feeling, I'm not lost in my feeling. It makes sense? Okay. Can I share one story and then I will ask what came to your mind if I can? Or maybe not. But yeah. When the war in the Ukraine began, many clients called me with a fear, with the, oh my God, what is happening with the world? And I got myself that I was lost absolutely on the same level. Why, like them? I felt a fear, I felt a doubt, and I had no idea what to do. No idea. And because my client called me the second time, it meant something for me. And I just sit to this chair. And what came to my mind was just drop in and see that, oh, this feeling, what I felt, it's invitation for me. I need to have, how to say, I need to care about myself in the first place. I need to feel love again. I need to be present again. And then I care. Then I can care about someone else. To start with me, with my feeling. Okay, and it took maybe, I don't know, 1 minute, 30 seconds this time to be present again. And then we had a nicer conversation and we explore together. We share in the honest, yeah. I'm surprised as well. I don't know for some moments what to do in this situation. But we were present. And after that, I started to see new and fresh ideas. And I realized that we have a free flat upstairs. And we had idea we can invite some Ukrainian family to our house. It was our idea what came to us, what we can do in that moment. And another time, again, I got myself to be overwhelmed with something in our company about this situation. And we drop it again, but not only me, but with my colleagues. And the idea about, oh my God, we can cooperate with our competitors in some anti-spam filters. It doesn't make sense in the technology. I don't want to speak about technology now. But we found something how we can help to block, the lying stories what are coming on the internet. And many people are connected to stop that, the faking news. We have never this idea before. And sometimes when clients come, it's still the same. I am able to realize my feeling in the moment. And then just start to listen beyond myself, listen beyond my story, listen beyond my feeling. And it's mean the same, to be present, to be in the loving presence and see what happened. Yeah.
I will maybe repeat what I heard. But I think that you're in a very simple and loving way. You answered lots of parents, teachers, therapists, managers that are asking a question. Am I entitled to help? And the idea of am I entitled to help is calling this person back to a loving presence to himself first. And it's like an equal answer. Am I entitled to be or to live? It's the same question. And the only feedback that is entitled to give an answer is reality. And you're saying, well, reality is showing you in a loving presence that you are, means when you see it, it's enough. It's a good enough evidence. Yes? Am I allowed to live? I'm present and alive. Yeah, good enough evidence. Yeah. Am I allowed to love? I'm here. My heart is opened. Good enough evidence. Am I free to see someone else when I'm here? Yes, I'm free right now. Okay. Good enough evidence. The only evidence that is showing you wait. Yeah, wait a second, don't go, is the answer to, can I be loving and present right now? Did I hear you right?
I think so. It seems to be, yeah, but yeah. I think it's exactly what I said. I was thinking about the hope yesterday because we writing together what we would like to discuss today as well. And what came to my mind was that we are the hope in action. We are love in action. And every time if I feel no love, no hope, it's just a reminder that I forgot who I really am. And in that moment, I spent my time with my thinking, I use the gift of the thinking beyond, against myself. I'm not experiencing my true nature in that moment. It's like reminder. And if the feeling it's really strong, it's like the friend who really wants to wake me up strongly to who I really am, to be back in the moment.
I think there's something very interesting in your words there, because you say we are hope in action and we are love in action. And when we are not feeling love or hope, it's time to stop being in action.
Tell us more. It's so deep and so true.
I can share many stories or ideas of many friends and misunderstandings of pressure, lachats, right? If you are in pressure, make a decision fast. If something is happening to you, change your job. If you feel that something is wrong, so you must change your outside world, maybe your friends or your family, and for a long time, I thought that was true. But what this understanding pointed me to, that the feelings that we're feeling, all of them, if they are not subtle, if they are not loving, if they are not kind, if they are not heartfelt, if they are not hopeful, it's time for us to stop. Because any content that is being entertained right now is false. It's not time to try to figure out the content if it's changing anything outside of me. It's just there to let me know that I fell out of love, that I fell out of who I am. And it's like I like to see it as a sign, like the signs in the road. It's just a stop sign to tell me to stop right now, to come back to myself, and stop to let everything just flow. It's just telling me, don't act right now. Don't do anything right now. Just settle down, find a place to sit, find a park to walk in, find somewhere you can just be loving to yourself. Give yourself what you need in this moment to calm down. And only out of that, giving to yourself, letting yourself to come back, if you will need to, you can take action from there. It it just makes a lot of sense to me now in life that what we were taught about pressure is wrong. It's never telling us to take action. It's just telling us that we got caught up in something that has no sense, or it's not important right now. The pressure is just telling me to stop, that I got lost on my way. That's all. And it's much more, to me, it's much more helpful, and it's much more simple, because it's usually very, very messy in my mind when there's pressure. There's no answer for anything. There's always one answer. It's like this. It's like this. Like my everything is tight. So I can't do anything here. There's a beautiful, Dr. Pettit says it's so beautiful. When you feel anything that's like this, it's time to sit on your hands and put duct tape on your mouth. Because anything you do in this situation will either hurt myself or others, and I would have to ask forgiveness for it. So when I have duct tape on my mouth, I can't talk. I can't hit anyone. It's just time for me to rest.
Amazing, Yael. I thought about the Hebrew now when you were speaking. The Hebrew again. The word hope, tikva, is combined of the action, kiva, plus the word tav, a sign. That we see a sign as something to look forward to. And what Yael was pointing to, that when we don't see the sign that is making us look forward to or act forward to, she's beautifully suggested, as you suggested, sit back, wait that you will see something else.
There is one important thing when I sit. Sometimes our thinking, we can sit and still created stories in our heads about ourselves or about the things around us. But be in the present, the metaphor to sit on the hands, it's mean as well. Don't focus on my thinking, on the creating the stories, because they can be harmful as well to myself. I need to stop everything with this. It's mean just let it go and drop in, and really the expression of to be empty on the few moments, to allow to the life brings something new, and then react. Because from this space, everything what we will start to do will be in a service to the life. If the idea what will came to my mind will be make a cup of tea for yourself, and it will be from this space, it will be in the service to the life, to the world. because during the preparing the tea, then I can have some another idea. Yeah.
It sounds like we have clues to when to sit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Full head, full body. Too quick, too much.
Katarina, you're muted. If you wanna
Yeah,
listen.
it's okay. Yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, and it's one of our gift and our ability what we have from the born. It's to be able to notice. It's the gift of awareness. It's a gift of consciousness. And I want to mention one more thing. What I see like important, and it's that no feeling is wrong, or that I am still okay and perfect regardless what I feel in the moment. That it isn't my mistake that I am overwhelmed. That it's no my mistake that I feel fear. There is no my mistake that I feel worries. They are really like, it's innocent. I don't choose my thinking. I don't choose it. I am able to realize it with the feeling, with the signs, with the. And then I have my free will again, what I will do next. And with this understanding that I can sit, be present again. It brings a lot of hope, this understanding. Do you have sometimes the feeling if you are sad or if you have worries that it's something wrong with you? That you need to have the different feelings? Do you know that, or it's only experience what I have with my clients? Okay. But it's so innocent. We are still perfect human beings, regardless what we feel in the moment and what we think in the moment. We are still love. We are still hope. We are still peace. We just don't experience in that moment because we experience something what we focus on in our head. And if I know that, it's more simple for me to just rest in the moment and rest in the peace. If I don't need to fix myself. Because I don't need to fix myself. I'm okay.
Reminded me one time that I was driving with my son, and there was a really heavy fog on the road. And he said, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, the road disappeared." I said, "What we will do now? The road disappeared. There is no road anymore." And I said to him, "Oh, I understand that it looks like there is no road now. it's a fog. But in a fog, depends how heavy it is. It really helps to know there is a road. The second is there is a heavy fog right now. And it's okay, it's part of nature. Sometimes there's a fog. The third thing is it's a good idea maybe to put higher lights, much brighter lights that can help us to see maybe 50 meters ahead. If it can help right now, but it's a good idea, just more light, much more light. But in our case, it's much more presence, much more love. To be more conscious of what's going on right now and how things are created. And the knowing that it also will pass away, even the fog. Yeah? That maybe we'll stand here or move really, really slowly. But it will also pass away. And he looked at me and he said, "Look, mommy, the fog, something happened to it." Something changed. They said, "There is a road. You were right. There was a road. How did you know that there was a road?" And I'm listening to you guys, to Yael, to Katerina, and I'm saying, it's really helpful to know how fog is created, that it passes, that it's okay, that it's part of nature, that there is a road, that there are lights.
So beautiful. Yeah. And if we are in conversation with someone who experienced the fog, and we know that there is a road as well, we can really help, because we know that. And we can point to this fact so many ways. And if we are present, we every time will see some way how to point this. Because we know that the people in front of us is an exception. They are not broken as well. They are perfect how we are. They have everything what they need in the moment. They just experience the fog. Wow. Okay. The fact about fog is that it's every time disappear. It's not still. And it's something what makes the loving presence more impactful is the knowing what we shared now. the knowing about nature, the knowing about what we really are, how our experience is created. And if I came again on the beginning of our talk, how I can serve better to the others like a helper. And the helper is everyone. On some level, everyone on this world is helper on some level. For me, it's to allow ourselves to be still open to see something new, still open to be present again. Because every time when we came at home or have a peace of mind or drop in or feeling the connection with life, I used different ways how to say the same thing. Every time we are more like light for everyone else. And it's my expression what can help to world most increase the level of consciousness. If I see light in someone else, for me is the proof that I have my light as well, that I am alive as well, that I can live, I can spread my life, I can, wow. I really want to everybody realize that we can live its mean. And how I know it, because we are alive now. We are already on this planet. We are. And we already really have everything what we need in the moment. Sometimes not what we want to have in the moment, but it is about this fog. And when it's, go out, drop off, we see the power of we have what we need, and then we had idea what we can do, what we can. It's magic for me. And who can help? Everybody who wants help. It's so simple. If I have feeling from this loving presence that I want to help to somebody, it's mean that I can, because I have everything what I need. I have my true nature. I have my ability to feel love with another person. I can be present. Yeah.
I wanted to ask if anyone wants to ask something, share something, something that they see, something that they heard, something that they want to hear more about.
You can ask in Hebrew, we will translate it.
Maybe I can add, I don't know if it's so connected to everything, but I know about myself that when I do feel all what you were all talking about, the first thing I do is I breathe. That is something that I learned also just in the now. I mean, not today, but now. And it helps. I feel like sometimes we just, like, the same way we have to sit in for a second, or if for a lot of seconds, and just relax our mind and our body, and whatever we feel that we do have to respond, we don't really have to. So I can add also that when you're sitting, breathe. Take a deep breath. And I feel that it helps me to just feel what I'm going through, just to breathe it, you know. And it also relax your mind. I don't know, maybe, I don't know if it's something, you know, but I feel like that it relaxes my mind and also my body, and it helps. And I do connect to what you said right now, and I do feel that it's a way of life. It's not like, you know, I like to listen, and I like to learn and to hear, but I feel that it's so deep that it's a way of life, you know. Like you could, yeah, I could hear what you're all saying, and I take it, and I want to do it, but it's not like, it sounds easy. Oh yeah, you know, you're, whatever you're going through, sit, relax, don't, you know, sit on your hands, whatever everyone has their way to, you know, but it's a way of life, and it takes a long time to get into that state of mind, and it's very important what you do, and that you talk about it, and you do these Zooms. When I could, I come on, but it's very deep, and thank you, and I hope that for myself that I really, you know, I take it and I try to live it.
Thank you, Dvora.
It was your wisdom is amazing. What you saw for yourself, that breathing is helping in the moment. So amazing. And it really isn't about what we speak about, what we say. You don't have to or need to remember or something like that, or practicing, or because you have your proof that you have your own wisdom, and it's already guided to you to something. And you said it really looked like so simple, and sometimes it doesn't feel like that simple. It's true, sometimes it doesn't look like so simple. But there is one more thing what I would like to add, and it isn't necessary that it have to take a long time to see it deeply. It isn't a question about time. There are people who you will see what you will need if you will follow this in the time what you will need. And the way of see more has no end. There is no goal. And it's so beautiful for me that regardless how long time I spent with some blind spot or with something, it's just one new fresh insight, one new fresh thought, and it came every time, every moment, and can change everything what happened in the past. Just one thought, and it seems that it isn't about practicing for a long time. It can became every moment if we are open and if we follow our own wisdom, and you are so guided by that. So thank you for your sharing, really.
Would anyone else like to share, add something? It's just, it brings such a beautiful feeling to be together with this understanding, to hear you, to hear where you're at. It adds a lot.
There is one more thing about what we speak. Sometimes words are not needed. The silence is full as well. It's okay. It's beautiful as well.
Just prove it in Hebrew. The word empty is written rik. And when we put the letters upside down, it means yakar. Yeah, choose the most accurate word for yakar. Precious. It's one of the precious things that we can experience. And it creates a rich opportunity to something else. It's amazing the clues that all the spiritual ways are pointing to. The emptiness, the quiet mind, the presence, the feeling. Lots and lots of clues. That they are not a technique, but they're very, very helpful.
You know, if there's one thing that we're talking that comes up now as the help, the people that are helping, you know, you were talking a little about the fake news, you know, like the way to direct people to a place that's, you know, of truth or necessary news. And what I hear a lot in the background is that whatever's happening now will give us a certain experience in the future. And I want to question that. Because if there's only one way that I can look at as a future, most likely that's what will be created. Because as a collective, we're all busy now and thinking about how our future will be. And I think that if we can consider to spend time in quiet, to spend time in life, in now, in love, in hope, there will be another way to think about the future if we allow space for something else to come in. Maybe there are other people thinking about the future in a different way. Where are those people? Are there those people that I thought they're weird, that they're speaking nonsense because it's a time of war and horror? But there are people that are speaking about the future in a different way. So if you want to think about the future in a different way, you have to look for that, because whatever you put your attention on, you'll find it. If you want to think about your life in a different way, if you want to spend time in presence, look for those conversations, look for those people, look for the clues, and you will be able to touch and fall into that if you give yourself a chance to think differently, to see differently. So it's a possibility, but that possibility needs a little room. Like, move out all the garbage for a minute. Like, I can't live in my house if every day I leave the garbage in my living room. And I'm not saying that there's things that are happening, but if every day I take my garbage bag and I leave it in my room, I won't be able to sleep on my bed or sit on my couch. I take it and I put it outside, and then someone moves it away. So I have to make a little space, give room to think differently, to see differently, and I will find it if I look.
You remind me an idea that we're built perfectly. That if a big occasion is happened, it's supposed to be stored in our memory. And if it's something that we can learn from, we're supposed to learn from it to live better. We're not supposed not to remember about it if we're not supposed to remember about it. But if our system didn't store it as important, it's also okay. It's wise. And if something happened and the way we experience it or going through it means that we are crying right now, okay, what's the problem? What's the problem with the memory as long as we understand that it's a memory? What is the problem with any emotion if it's feedbacking us how we understand what's going on in front of us? Yeah. Not every occasion will be post-traumatic after. Even if it was a horrible, horrible thing that happened. And we have lots of evidence to that. Yeah. Unless we don't understand that we are perfectly made, and then we resist. Resist to a memory that we think we can control, that thoughts will not come. Yeah. Resist that if a thought comes, it creates an experience, an emotion, and a feeling. And then we say, no, 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 this emotion, no, don't come. It's not supposed to be here. But if we just bring the presence and the love to everything that we experience, there is no problem. When I heard somebody saying that I'm not resolving problems, I said, what do you do with problems? You know, there are serious problems. And he said, let me suggest a different kind of way to look at what you just said. And I looked at him and I said, what do you mean? He said, why if somebody is crying, it's a problem. Why going through stages as shock, anger, grief is a problem? If I can just be present and experience it, why is any vibration that is going on inside of me, why is it a problem?
Beautiful questions. And what Sid Banks said, what can change the world? One of things what can change really the world is if we don't afraid of our own feelings. It's something what I heard in what you said. Why is it a problem? I can be sad and I can cry and I can still feel my connection with the life, and be present, be aware of it. I heard a lot in what you both share, Yael and Jenny. You know, the past and future aren't exist now. The memory on the past is creating in the now. That I'm able to experience it now, it's because it came now. If I create some possible future, I'm created with my thinking now. And I feel it now. but it doesn't mean that what I am able to imagine now about the future is true. Because I have no idea what will be in the 5 minutes. I have no idea what I will feel in the next 5 minutes. I have no idea if my beliefs will be the same in the 5 minutes. What I have is what I have now. And when Elle said, I don't know what you said, but it was so nice. I heard that from loving presence, I create a loving future. It was what I heard. If I follow the life now, the present, in that moment I create in the future. It was what I heard. And it made me a lot of sense, because my memories from the past, they can come every moment. And I'm not responsible for that. I don't do no choosing them consciously. But then if I feel the tension or something, I can realize that it isn't happening now. I don't have to take it with me every moment. I can be again present, in loving presence in that moment. And from this living, from this space, I creating the future. You have a dog or cat here? I just see some tail. Beautiful. Beautiful.
She likes to join the conversations when it's her time. Okay.
As long as we remember that hopeful means I have nice thoughts about the future, but it's not happening right now. And hopeless means that I'm thinking or believing thoughts that I don't want to happen about the future, but they also did not happen. The only thing that changed inside of me is the way I feel right now. And I definitely know that people that are feeling good, it's easier for them to think clearly. And people who are feeling hopeless, well, we see lots of evidence from hopelessness. So I heard Yair's suggestion that we can just give a small opportunity for ourselves, just to feel okay right now and consider our next minute.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Katarina, and everyone who joined us here today.
Thank you too.
Thank you. Thank you, Yair. Thank you, Katarina. Thank you for everything that you shared with us today. We will continue. Thank you.
Thank you so much.